Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room here, Greater Cincinnati. This video is basically going to be mostly a video with some nice dubbing and stuff, but it is going to be based on my top 10 custom pieces in my collection from Mark Seng Yang. I currently have 44, and I'm going to pick 10 of those back there as my top 10. It's not going to be easy. I pretty much got the list whittled down. It's a very difficult list to come up with, but I'm going to present that in video form here, number 10 through number 1, and basically it'll be all pretty much a video representation of the figure, close up, probably a photograph with a X Plus figure at the end of it to give it some scaling. But as far as my story with Mark, I learned of him in late 2017, toward the end of the year, probably late August, September time frame. And from there I collaborated with him on, like I said, 44 projects here so far, mostly. Been one or two that were gifts, 2 or 3 actually, that were gifts from him and or my girlfriend. So but the majority of them I did a collaboration on commissions with him on those, and I have, like I said, my count is 44. If you guys count more, let me know, but it's in the video. As I'm speaking, I've laid over a video of me filming all of them, but they're all pretty awesome, and it's been basically a 2-year process of acquiring these currently 44 pieces I have in my collection. Like I said, I'm going to whittle it down to my top 10 of these. This is not an easy list to come up with. It's actually very hard, but basically it's the top 25% basically of my custom sculpts in my collection that I've commissioned from Mark Seng Yang. But they're all awesome. I love them all. They're all number one in my heart, but I want to make a list. I've decided that I wanted to try to make a list of my top 10, and most of them are either Kong and Godzilla, of course. The greater majority of them, that's what they are. We do have a couple skull crawlers, Son of Kong, but mostly everything else is Godzilla related. So it's really nice to have all these in my collection. I love them. I got a lot of investment there, and a lot of investment yet to come, because I still have, like, I want to say 35 or 36 others already commissioned. I created a rather large list for him in the last 2 years, and the last one I commissioned actually was Fire Godzilla 2019, Legendary Godzilla, in his fire mode, gigantic scale. And I commissioned that a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And that thing should be interesting. But my next one coming, if it was here, it could very well be number 1 on my list. And I know he's working on it. Hopefully it'll be done soon. But it's a gigantic 1968 Godzilla, gigantic form. That, of course, that suit, and then the next suit, the 73 through 75 suit. Those 2 suits are my favorite, tied for my favorite design ever of Godzilla. They just harken back to my childhood a lot, because a lot of the movies in that whole window there, 68 through 75, are the ones that I recall the most, and I grew up watching on TV and sitting in front of the TV with eyes wide open, just in amazement of those movies. That's why I think that those 2 suits are tied for my favorite. That it's because of the movies I remember most fondly from my childhood. But this journey I've been down this road with Mark has been pretty awesome. Like I said in my previous video, I did start collecting some Bandai and SH Monstars at first, but then once I got my first 2X Plus figures, that was automatically stopped, Bandai and SH Monstars, and I went exclusively to X Plus for several months, and then I discovered and learned about Mark's talents, and then pretty much since then it's been either an X Plus figure or a commission sculpt from Mark, either one of the two. That's how it's been for me for almost exactly 2 years now. So, but like I said, all my customs, I love them all. All my X Plus figures, I love them all. But I figured I'd been making lists here on my channel lately, and I figured, well, let's try to make a top 10 of my customs. And it's not exactly the easiest thing to pick 10 of them because they're all really, really, really well done, and they're all really, really, really awesome. So, not the easiest task to do, but definitely a labor of love to make this list and deciding what I wanted on there. And it could change, but this is as of today. Like I said, if I have the next one that's coming, if I had it now, I have a feeling it would probably up to number 1. Very, very good possibility it would be up there at number 1, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really say that. But it's the 68 Godzilla, so I mean, that's why I would have to almost automatically move him there, because it's my favorite design, and it's a gigantic too. So it's really an awesome hobby to be into, Godzilla and kaiju in general, and Kong. I have an extensive Kong collection. I have a very extensive Godzilla collection, and I wouldn't change a thing. I love it. I love collecting. I love finding. I love anticipating figures that are coming. I love getting pictures from Mark when he's getting one done or he's almost done. He'll send me a picture of something, and it'll really get you pumped that day, no matter what's going on. If you're having a bad day or whatever, it really gets you excited for what's coming. It's really a good day any day. And then a box day, an X Plus box day, custom Mark Seng Yang custom box day. They're all really awesome. And I cannot complain at all about any of this. I know I've got a lot of money tied up here in investment, and that's all right. I'm good with that. As long as I have the ability to work and provide for my house and pay my bills, and if I have extra money and I want to commission a sculpt, I'll commission a sculpt. That's just the way I've been the last few years, and I'm blessed. I'm happy. I got a girlfriend that puts up with my craziness of this and all, and I appreciate her for that, and I love her. And I couldn't find a better person to be with. And it's just the whole deal is a good deal. Godzilla collecting, I know it's probably a niche thing, and it's a acquired taste, but it's the best taste in collecting in my eyes that there could ever be. Couldn't never ever be a better collecting taste than what I do right here with all this. And I'm very happy I found X Plus in my life, and I'm really happy I found Mark Seng Yang in my life to give me these nice custom sculpts to add to my collection. All right, we'll go for the rest of this video. We'll go number 10 through number 1 of my custom Mark Seng Yang pieces. And I hope you all enjoy this, and you all have a wonderful kaiju-filled day.
Yeah.